What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe for another action figure review, and today we're taking a look at the 3A Action Portable 1/12 scale Lonely Troopers. And there's two different versions. That's why you see two different boxes here. There's a white one and a black one. We're going to be taking a look at both of them. And before we get into it, I do want to take a quick minute to talk about the box. I'm going to talk about the box a little bit more than I usually do because this box is actually really nice and it's very high quality. When I saw this box, I was very surprised, but let's take a look at it here. Both of the two boxes are the same, and the only way you could tell the difference in the two figures is because there's a barcode at the bottom and it identifies the figure for you. But for the most part, the boxes are the same. They have some really cool artwork on the front. It's all white and nice and clean. The whole box looks really cool. You get like some artwork on the back of these Lonely Troopers, and he looks very sad and like he's walking along, you know, but it's very cool. But the thing that really separates this box from other boxes is the way they package the figure. So let's try to open this up here. So you could slide off the front of this, and then right when you open it, you can see there's some soft black foam, and it also comes with this warranty sheet. So if you want to fill that out and try to make sure that your figures are covered under warranty, that's a pretty cool option. But yeah, check this out. It has this really dense foam, and you could just pull it out, and then the figures are sitting in there. And there goes his hand, but that's okay. But yeah, this is really cool. I like the fact that they put this stuff in there so that the figure is protected. You really don't have to worry about it getting damaged in shipment or anything like that, because these things are kind of expensive. So it's very cool that they package these in a way that they won't get damaged by the time they get to the end customer, you know. So yeah, anyways, I just wanted to talk about that real quick because I thought this was really cool. But let's look at the figures. Okay, so here they are out of the box, and much like a lot of other 3A figures, these things are very interesting and unique and very cool to look at. And I like how 3A will take something kind of traditional and then give it its own spin. Like, obviously these things are inspired by Star Wars Stormtroopers, and I just like what they did with them. They kind of gave them like a urban type of clothing and outfit, but then they have the Star Wars helmet. And I want to say that at some point 3A had the license to make Star Wars 6-inch figures with soft goods. I might be mistaken, but something inside of my mind is telling me that I've seen a picture of like a packaged Boba Fett that had soft goods from 3A, and it was like a prototype or something. I might be mistaken. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, because I want to say that that was the case, and it kind of feels like maybe these things are what they were able to get out of that whole situation in the end, you know, because obviously they're not doing Star Wars figures anymore, because these things are kind of like Star Wars figures. They're almost like alternate reality Star Wars figures or something, but they're very, very cool. And much like other 3A figures, they do use the same body that we've seen a bunch of times, but they obviously have soft goods and different things going on, so they feel different enough. It doesn't feel like you're buying the same figure over and over. But let's look at these guys, starting off with the Sergeant here. And as you can see, he's mostly white, but he's not like a bright white that you have to worry about getting dirty when you're messing with it, because he pretty much comes dirty out of the packaging. As you can see, his clothes is real dingy and nasty. It's almost yellowish looking, but I think it fits the overall feel of the figure, and I think it looks awesome. I love the way this thing looks. You've got the belt here, and then in the back you have the actual buckle. A lot of times I talk about how I wish Mezco figures had actual straps on them, and this is the kind of thing that I mean. I think something like this would really add to a Mezco type of figure, but anyways, I think it works out really cool here, and this belt is just kind of hanging out. It doesn't really attach to anything, but yeah, look at this. This figure looks really, really cool, and it looks like the body has like some kind of tight bodysuit on it. You can see like under the shirt it has the bodysuit still going on. I didn't try to remove the clothing, and I'm not going to, because, you know, the head's hard to remove and stuff like that. You could probably get the clothes off if you want, but I'm not going to do it. As you could see, there's a bodysuit under there. Here it is. It kind of goes over his legs and down into his lower legs too. So that's cool. That's really interesting, and I really like the way these figures look. Let's check out the sculpt on the Stormtrooper helmet. I think that looks really nice. I like that they added the yellow here so that it matches the clothes a little bit better. And the Stormtrooper helmet has a really nice sculpt to it, a lot of nice paint detail in there. Really cool stuff. Same thing with the hands. A lot of 3A figures have these weird oversized hands, and they do have a nice sculpt to them, and they do have like really cool paint. It almost has like a dirty old look to it that matches the clothing, so that's very cool. And then you have these shoes. It almost has like tennis shoes type of things, so that's really nice. But yeah, these things are awesome. I love looking at them and messing with them. They're a lot of fun to pose and play with, and they just look really, really interesting. They would definitely stand out on your shelf, no matter what type of collection you have, unless you have a bunch of 3A figures, because you know, then you'd have a bunch of 3A figures. But if you just had these like on your Star Wars shelf or something, they would really stand out and really be eye-catching, you know. But let's take a look at the Noir Sergeant here. And he is the exact same thing as the regular Sergeant. He's just black and orange, and I think it looks really cool. And again, he's not just solid black. He's got like stains all over him and stuff like that, especially in the pants. And I think that looks cool. He would have looked cool if he was solid black too, but I think the way they did it kind of just fits in with the style. Just kind of makes him look dirty and grimy, and I like that a lot. So very cool. And like I said, everything's the same. It has the bodysuit, it has the shoes, and it's got the belt too that you could see. Got the stripe on the side of the arm. Actually, he doesn't have stripes on his pants. I mean, there's no colored stripes anyways. That would have been cool if they had yellow stripes, but they just went with the solid black pants with the stains all over them. And yeah, really cool. You can see like pockets on these figures. The pockets in the back are fake, but these ones actually, you know, could open up and you could stick some stuff in there if you want. Oh look, he even has pockets up here. Probably can't stick anything in there though. Let's see if we get his finger in there. Oh yeah, you kind of can, you know, if you want to try to stick like something in there, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, really cool. These things are very cool to look at, and I just love messing with them. They're really, really nice figures. Both figures come with some pretty cool accessories. They both come with the exact same things, including multiple sets of hands. So first off, we have a pair of relaxed kind of open hands, and they both come with the set of gripping hands, and these gripping hands could be used to hold on to the swords that they come with. And then last but not least, both of them come with trigger finger hands that can be used to hold on to the guns that they come with. And both figures come with these enormous, ridiculous, uncomfortable looking backpacks. So let's take a look at all this cool stuff, starting with the backpacks. And these things look very realistic. They actually have zippers that you could open up. Right now it just has foam that it came with to kind of make it look puffy. I'll probably just leave that in there, but you do have the option to take that stuff out and put some other things in there. And then there's a bunch of pouches that open up. They're held together with Velcro. I will say that the Velcro is kind of weak and they don't hold very well. If you start moving them around, they come up very easy. But they do look nice. Down here, this one won't hold on at all. And as far as I could tell, the two backpacks are identical. But I do like the way they look. They look very realistic. They look grimy, just like the figures themselves. Look at the details on the straps there. You have these buckles. I wasn't able to unfasten these, so I don't think that they are supposed to. But yeah, these things look very cool. These are all actual straps. You could stick things in there if you want. You could stick like the guns in there if you want the guns to be onto the backpack. And look at that. That's very cool. These things are just amazing, and you could probably use these with other figures too, you know, throw them on Spider-Man or something. And the guns are pretty simple. They kind of have like a primitive type of look to them, but still futuristic at the same time, if that makes any sense. And that's kind of in line with the whole feel of these figures. But as you can see, it's very stiff plastic, so you don't have to worry about it warping or anything like that. And the sculpt work on it is pretty good. They both come with these handguns, and they also both come with these rifles. This rifle kind of looks like something a stormtrooper would hold. And same kind of thing. It reminds me of guns from like Planet of the Apes or something, you know, where it's like they're still guns, but they feel like primitive. Yeah, that's the kind of vibe I get from these things here. But these things are very cool, and like I said, they both come with both of these guns, so you could you know, switch them out between the two characters or whatever you want to do. And then they also come with these little canister grenade kind of things. The white version obviously comes with the white one, and the Noir version comes with the black one. And I feel like I've seen these little canister things with other 3A figures, but I do like that they included them with these guys. And you can put them like on the straps of the backpack or whatever you want to do. So that's kind of cool. I love the fact that these backpacks could actually hold things, and you could stuff all kinds of things in them. And the sword is okay, but it's really nothing special. It's kind of plain, but I think it works just fine. The blade part does have like a metallic type of look, and it does have a sheath that you could slide it into. Bam, there you go. And then you could just stick this into the backpack or something. But yeah, I mean, it's fine, but nothing special. Okay, for a couple of size comparisons, here's the White Sergeant along with the Marvel Legends Bucky Cap and Marvel Legends Pizza Spider-Man. And now here we have him with the SH Figure Arts Iron Man from Age of Ultron and the Mezco 112 Collective Black Panther. And as you can see, he's slightly smaller than the average like 6-inch scale figure. And then now here we have the Noir Sergeant along with the Marvel Legends Deadpool from the Sasquatch Wave and the Mezco 112 Collective Michael Myers. And then now here we have him with the Shocker Toys Black and White Dick Tracy and the 3A Robo Hunter. And then now here we have both of them alongside the Black Series Boba Fett, and seeing them all together like this really makes me think it would be cool if 3A kept this going and gave us some more characters with random Star Wars heads on them, you know. Like, how cool would it be to get one of these type of figures with a Boba Fett head or a Jango Fett head or a Darth Vader helmet? Any of those would be really cool, so hopefully they keep this going. Okay, so now for the articulation, obviously both of these figures have the same body, so we're only going to take a look at the Norse Sergeant here. So his head is able to move side to side, but his head and neck is all one piece, so you're not going to get any tilt at the head itself. But just with the neck, you do get some pretty cool movement. So you could go side to side, you could go down to about there, you could bring it up to about, only to about there. So actually, even though there's not that much movement, you could still get some pretty expressive poses out of the head area. And then for the torso, you can crunch forward to about there, could lean back to about there. You get some side to side, and then you have some twists going on. He does have two joints. He has a mid-torso joint and then a waist joint. So using both of those, you get a lot of nice movement. And then for the arms, you have a butterfly joint that's really nice. Look at that. Bow, bow, bow. So really cool movement at the shoulder there. And then you could get his arm to go up to about there, bring it back to right there, come out to the side. And then you do have an upper bicep swivel, but you want to be careful with moving it around too much because you can't really see what's going on in there. So be very careful. And then you have double jointed elbow that gets really nice bend. Check that out. And then for his hands, you can swivel them side to side and then just kind of move them around. They're just on a ball joint. And for the legs, you could kick all the way out to the side. So you could get some really cool kick poses out of them. Bring his leg forward to about there. Kind of wants to push himself down. But you get some nice movement out of it. And let's see here. You could bring it back to about right there. And then you have upper thigh swivel. Double jointed knees, which get really nice bend. And then the foot is on the same kind of joint as the hand. So you get some movement all around like that. You get some, whoa, rocking side to side. And you get some swivel side to side. You could bring it down to about there, bring it up to there. So you won't have any trouble standing these guys up. So yeah, there's a lot of really nice articulation on here, and you could get them into some really expressive and interesting poses. So yeah, the articulation on these bodies is really, really good. It's up there with some of the best articulated figures out there. I'd say it's probably even as good as like Figure Arts or something. You could get some really cool poses out of it. So I really like the articulation setup a lot on these guys. So overall, I'm really happy with these figures. They're a lot of fun to mess around and pose and play with. The articulation is top notch, and visually they're very interesting and unique. They're definitely going to stand out on your shelf. If you already have a couple of 3A figures, then you're probably not going to be too surprised by what you get here because it's pretty much the same body that we've seen a bunch of times, but they make it more interesting by adding different types of clothing. And in this case, they have the Stormtrooper heads, which I think is really cool and unique. And you could kind of use these things for all kinds of different types of things. If you have an imagination, you know, you could probably use them for some kind of like gangsters that like to rob banks with Stormtrooper helmets, or you know, just random soldiers, just all kinds of cool things, you know. And I always like alternate versions of iconic things, so when I saw these, I knew I had to jump on them. I should have pre-ordered them, but I didn't. Luckily Sculptomotoys had them, and they made it possible for me to get these, so huge shout out to them. As always, be sure to check them out for new figures, 3A, Mezco, all kinds of different stuff. Those guys are awesome. I highly recommend shopping with Sculptomotoys. But yeah, these figures are really great. I'm very happy to have them. Oftentimes I miss out on 3A stuff. One big regret I have is missing out on the 3A Blind Cowboy. That figure looked amazing, and there was a version of it that came with this really creepy looking horse, and by the time I was aware of it, it was really expensive. So that's kind of just how it goes with 3A stuff. If you're interested in these kind of things, I suggest pre-ordering them because you know, you're not always going to get lucky like I did with these guys here, you know. But anyways, I am very happy to have these guys. Hopefully 3A does some more similar types of things. These things are very cool and fun and just really interesting and unique things to have. But anyways, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Thank you very much. Peace.